Garlic is one of the most ordinary ingredients in your kitchen. Most people barely think about it. Thousands of years ago, Olympic athletes ate raw garlic before competition because they believed it made them stronger. And that was only the beginning. Then doctors packed crushed garlic directly into open wounds, hoping it would stop deadly infections. And during Europe's deadliest plague, grave robbers claimed garlic let them loot infected corpses and walk away alive. How did one humble plant become an ancient performance enhancer, a battlefield medicine, and one of history's most legendary remedies? This is the history of garlic. Garlic's story goes back at least 5,000 years. Prized in ancient Egypt, not just as food, but as something close to medicine. According to the ancient Greek historian Herodotus, the laborers who built the Great Pyramid of Giza were regularly given garlic and onions, believed to provide the strength and stamina needed for such grueling work. Garlic clearly mattered beyond the workforce too. Archaeologists discovered actual preserved garlic cloves sealed inside the tomb of Tutankhamun, placed there for the afterlife. In ancient Greece, garlic took on an entirely different role: a competitive edge. Olympic athletes reportedly ate it before events, believing it boosted their strength and endurance, arguably one of history's earliest documented performance boosters. Roman soldiers carried the same belief onto the battlefield, eating garlic before marches and battles in hopes it would instill courage and physical endurance. Roman writers like Pliny the Elder cataloged dozens of supposed medicinal uses for garlic, treating it less like a seasoning and more like an all-purpose remedy. By the Middle Ages, garlic had picked up an entirely new reputation across Europe: protection against evil itself. Folklore held that it could ward off vampires, witches, and evil spirits. When the Black Death swept across Europe, physicians took the belief seriously enough to act on it. Plague doctors stuffed the beaked masks of their famous protective costumes with garlic and other herbs, hoping to filter out the disease itself. According to legend, a group of grave robbers accused of looting plague victims claimed their secret was a vinegar steeped in garlic and herbs, a recipe still sold today as "For Thieves vinegar." Centuries later, garlic's reputation as medicine turned out to have real scientific footing. It contains a compound called allicin, which has measurable antibacterial properties. During both world wars, when medical antibiotics were scarce or unavailable, military doctors, particularly in Soviet forces during World War II, used crushed garlic to treat infected battlefield wounds, earning it the nickname Russian Penicillin. It wasn't a perfect substitute for real antibiotics, but in desperate conditions, it was often the only option available, and by most accounts, it did help fight infection. Today, garlic sits in almost every kitchen on Earth, so common that its 5,000-year history as medicine, protection, and even ancient doping is almost entirely forgotten. It fed the builders of the pyramids, fueled Olympic athletes, filled plague doctors' masks, and patched up soldiers when real medicine ran out, all before it ever became just something you mince for dinner.